Hey guys, welcome to Alex and Andy Live. It is Wednesday, 25th of May 2022, which makes it the 55th day in citywide lockdown here in Shanghai as the city slowly makes its way back to normality. You're looking at a live view now from our Shanghai daily office. This is looking in Jing'an district, looking towards the, I think it's called the Exhibition Center. Right there at the bottom of the screen. It looks like a nice view outside. Unfortunately, our view of Lujiazui is playing up a little bit, so we have had to switch to this view, which is nice nonetheless. Now let's take a look at what is quickly what's coming up on today's show. Obviously, we'll bring you the latest details on case numbers. There you go, really quickly, 44 and 343. With one new community infection, unfortunately, we'll speak with our colleague Yang Jian very shortly about what that might mean. Some good news though, yesterday there were 0 new COVID-related deaths reported as cases here in the city continue to plummet. Other awesome news, our Away From Home series, we've played 4 episodes so far on the show, went viral yesterday here in Shanghai and across China with more than 30 million views for the latest episode. So we'll play that episode for you today and you can see what the fuss is all about. But in international news, not looking good. 21 killed at a Texas school after a teenage gunman opened fire at an elementary school, killing 18 children and 3 adults. He was also killed in that tragic incident. But we'll also have, I should have mentioned this before that, Mental in Lockdown, a new episode of Emma Leaning's show. This time, she's dealing with uncertainty in lockdown. But first things first, Alex, how is it going?
All right, just another day. Yeah, I did see the video that our colleagues made yesterday. Really caught the eye of a lot of people. So really happy to see that. It's a really great video. So we'll check that out later. Not sure what the one community infection means. Obviously, it's just one. So hopefully, it doesn't necessarily prevent us from, trying to get out of lockdown here. But we'll see. We'll have to talk to Yang Jian and find out some more. Beyond that. It's kind of blustery, sort of dreary weather today. So that's it. I didn't go outside. How was your day?
Much the same. Actually, the weather improved quite a bit this afternoon. Actually, let's take a quick look how the weather is at the moment. But it was a cool day. We're sitting currently on 24 degrees Celsius, which is about 76 Fahrenheit. But yeah, nice. I like the weather, but of course we can't go outside. I am still in Jing'an district where nobody is allowed or being issued those passes that so many other people seem to be getting. I think the situation is different in your district, in Putuo district, Alex.
Yeah, so we have passes, but again, we're only allowed one person to go out for 2 hours at a time once a day.
Bummer. It is not very open, I guess. Anyway, I think we've come into some internet.
Yeah.
Oh, you're there.
I'm back.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's. I was just saying, it doesn't seem. It's there's a lot of feeling that the city's opening up, but I don't see it as open yet. Obviously, when we're still so heavily restricted, if we can get out, I think the city is still very much under lockdown. Somebody says, Kevin James Singh says, hello team, hello, thank you for checking in. And Kevin also added that it's still an awesome view of Shanghai from a different place. Somebody said, looks like Jing'an Temple, but it's actually not Jing'an Temple. It's
close
to close here. I'll make it bigger on the screen there. That is actually the Exhibition Center. I think that's what it's called, where you have a lot of art shows and stuff like that. It is beautiful, but it's not Jing'an Temple. A very short walk, obviously, from our office.
Yeah, our office is just a couple of blocks to the west of Jing'an Temple. If you follow, if you just go down the street a couple of blocks, it is a very short jaunt to Jing'an Temple. But that building that you see is not actually Jing'an Temple.
Right, Shanghai Exhibition Center. Yeah. And of course, this view is shot from our office on Weihai Road from the 40th floor. So apparently we can head back there on the 1st of June. Looking forward to seeing if that is actually the case. Oh, I just heard from our colleague that the view of Lujiazui is back. Let's check that out. Also a nice view. There we go, the view we've enjoyed for a long time. Hopefully we'll get to go down there in person, Alex.
Yeah, sooner rather than later. We'll see. Yeah, I did obviously get the same notice as you about going back to the office on June the 1st, but as of right now, I'm not even allowed out of my compound for more than 2 hours at a time, and so that doesn't really work. Also, I live in Putuo district, and I wouldn't be allowed to go to Jing'an district as per the current rules, and so obviously, maybe that points to the rules perhaps changing in the future, or maybe they're just being hopeful and saying if the rules change, then we'll go back on June the 1st. I don't know, but we'll find out when the time comes, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll see. Hey, we have a comment in our 上海日报 WeChat group from 陈哥 He said 怎么是英文？这个上海日报是英文媒体，不好意思，所以我们讲的都是英文but 欢迎您。
对，上海日报是英文的，我们的内容都是英文的，但是我们也可以讲中文，但是我们大部分的看重就是讲英文。
对，但是我觉得他好像看过我们那个视频呢，昨天那个火起来的那个。Maybe he saw our video yesterday.
Yes, our video. Yes, probably. Yeah, our video yesterday. Obviously, we was interviewing people that are Chinese, and so they were speaking Chinese, but we also included English language subtitles so that the people and the international community who don't speak Chinese could also enjoy the video. So, but yes, this is an English show. We do the show in English. Sorry.
Yeah, you can practice your English. Listen to us. I have New Zealand 新西兰口音 Alex 是美国人，他有美国口音，你可以学习英文啊。欢迎来，欢迎来。Okay, someone says awesome play night, very true. He also says leaving a lot of anti-China news content to the mainstream media this week. Yes, there have been a few stories. I'm aiming to cover one of those main stories from Adrian Zenz on my Reports on China channel, but we're not going to talk about it here. Still early days, and this is a different show. So yeah, you can look forward to that on my channel coming up. Look forward. I don't know if you can say look forward because it's not a very nice story. But anyway, hey, let's chat to Yang Dian, our colleague Yang Dian, about the situation today. I want to find out about that case and what's happening. So Yang Dian, hello.
Hi, hello.
Hey. So I wanted to ask you because I noticed, unfortunately, Shanghai reported a new community case today from yesterday. So how do you think that happened? And also, have the authorities given any advice?
Okay, it is actually the first community infection reported in Shanghai after the city declared zero community transmission about a week ago. And the city now has two medium risk areas in the outlying Jiading and Jingpu districts. And both medium risk areas are residential communities within the precautionary areas. And the cause of the new infection has yet to be announced, but the cases in Jiading and Jingpu are quite similar. They are asymptomatic cases and tested positive during regular community PCR screening. And all the close contacts in the same community tested negative. And then none of them had left their town or sub-district in the last 2 weeks, but they all had shopped at nearby supermarkets before tested positive. So like Alex said, it won't prevent us from going out. But the city's health commission officials said today that citizens must ensure self-protection when going out, because nowadays over 85% of the city's population are within the precautionary areas, and an increasing number of them are allowed to leave their communities and shop at nearby supermarkets or stores. And also, a senior doctor of the city's disease control center said the outer surface of the used masks has high infection risk, especially when people take them off. So people should avoid touching the appearance and act gently, and must wash hands after removing a mask. And the doctor also offered some tips for citizens to go to supermarkets or take public transportation. He said, firstly, to bring the hand sanitizer and avoid touching any public item, such as escalator, trolley, or shopping baskets. And don't touch eyes, mouth, or nose with hands at these markets. And he said the silk or fabric masks are useless against the coronavirus, and people should choose surgical or medical masks when going out, or the N95 if they have to stay indoors or at hospitals for a long time. So freedom sometimes comes with risk, and according to the authority, personal protection is always the most important, no matter you are already in the precautionary areas or it has become zero community transmission citywide. Andy.
All right, good. Yeah. So you kind of answered my next question a little bit, but I do want to sort of just reinforce this. So I just wanted to ask about this one particular positive case at the community level. So will Shanghai's opening up or be postponed or sort of stretched out or dragged out in any way because of this one positive case?
Okay, the open up of the city has not been affected by the occasional community resurgence, which can be expected considering the high infectious and concealing features of the Omicron variant. And it is also part of the nation's dynamic zero COVID strategy. And actually, there are several milestone events for the city's gradual open up, both today and tomorrow. And firstly, China's Southern Airlines dispatched 18 charter flights to send back home a record number of over 3,000 medical staff from Central and Southwest China. And secondly, the city's first and major makeshift hospital at the former World Expo site was suspended from today after the last patient was discharged. And it will undergo renovation, so can reopen anytime in case of any future resurgence. So the returning of medical teams and the shutdown of makeshift hospitals are the two key signs that the pandemic is actually close to the end. And meanwhile, over 2,000 taxis have started operating from today to mainly serve citizens with medical requirements, as well as those who need to go to the city's airports or railway stations. And these cabs are now available not only through telephone booking, but also can be with hailing on street directly. And from today, private cars can also drive around within the outskirts Jingshan district, after it became the first to announce the whole district has become precautionary areas, which means zero infections within the last 2 weeks. And from tomorrow, two popular shopping malls will firstly reopen. It includes the Global Harbor Mall, which is the largest shopping complex in downtown, and the Tian'an 1000 Trees, nicknamed Shanghai's Hanging Garden of Babylon. So the city still sticks to its schedule to fully open up from June the 1st and restore to normal by mid and late next month. Alex.
Awesome. That is really good to hear, Yang Jian. I'm looking forward to heading back to work on June the 1st. But yeah, thank you so much for the update, and we will see you again on Friday, hopefully.
Okay, see you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Alex, we have quite a few people in the WeChat group who are asking why we're speaking English. So I think our video, our away from home video that went viral yesterday, has attracted quite a few new viewers, which is awesome. Oh, you're on mute, Alex.
Didn't want to make noise while Yang Jian was talking. So yeah, I know a lot of people posted the video on their WeChat moments and their Pengyo Chuan, and so I know that it got a whole
Oh, 卡了吗？胡真这卡了吗？ Okay, you guys. I don't know if it's. I don't know.
views, and
Alex...
I guess it's
okay. Go.
All right, I'm back.
I really don't know what the problem is with this.
It's all right. The internet has been not. Yeah, the internet's been not so great this entire time. Obviously, we've been doing the show now for a couple months, and some days it works great, and some days it doesn't. It seems like today's a choppy day. It's all right. Bear with us. It's a live show. But anyway, what I was saying is just welcome to all of our new viewers who have come to check us out because they saw the video series that our colleagues have been working really hard on. So welcome to all of you.
Yeah, you wanna say that in Mandarin, Alex?
啊，欢迎大家看到或者看到我们同事们做的视频，做的那个视频的系列，中文名字叫什么？你知道吗，Andy？叫 Away from Home。
Away from Home，中文名字没有吧？没有吧？
也好像没有，但是反正新的看众朋友，欢迎看到我们的，欢迎来观看我们的这个 Alex and Andy Live 的节目。
欢迎收看我们的直播，我们是每天做的，不是每天，现在不是每天，每2天。但是我们想说，这个如果这是你第一次来看我们的直播的话，那上海日报就是英文的媒体，所以如果你听不懂，不好意思。但是我希望你们会继续看，谢谢啊。Okay, now let's watch our next video, which is from Emma Leaning. She has a new video in her series. What's it called? Mental in Lockdown. Sorry.
Yes. Really good series.
Yep. And this really good series. This time she's talking about uncertainty and how to release emotional energy to feel better in our body and mind. 如果你听不懂中文的话，这个视频有中文字幕。So yeah, let's check it out now, and we'll be right back.
I take everything we're told in lockdown with a huge pinch of salt, because there's only one guarantee. There are no guarantees. I spoke with psychologist Bibiana Rueda Bueno about the high price we're paying for uncertainty. What is the emotional or mental impact of having certainty taken from us?
I guess the first thing is like the idea we have about security and protection, because this is the first one of the main needs that gets shaken, that I feel secure when things are organized, when I'm somehow controlling, when I'm in charge. And once uncertainty comes, I guess the first thing is like all the worst case scenarios that my mind can take me to.
And we're experiencing a lot of emotions right now. How do we distinguish between what's real and what's not?
I feel like any emotion is real, Bebe. As soon as you're feeling it in your body, bam, it's real. I say like emotions are like, once you open the space, they come, they take like 2 sips of the tea and then they leave. Emotions are not designed to stay. The one that keeps the emotions is the mind, is the narrative, right? If I put myself in the victim mode, yeah, because you see how bam, I keep bringing the emotion back.
So what tools can we use to legitimize our emotions?
First, we have to disconnect emotions from thoughts, from mental narrative. Be aware that this is my feeling and this is what I'm thinking. These are 2 different things. Don't judge your emotion. Right? We have anger, sadness, joy, fear, disgust, and surprise. It's not about good or bad. Emotions are neutral. Emotions are energy in our body. So the invitation is to release that. We can do like some exercise. I allocate the emotion in my body and I feel it, and then like releasing it. If it's anger, if it's an emotion with a strong energy, we can scream. Maybe I can use a cushion, writing it down. I always recommend to write it down, journaling, just releasing the emotion.
Anything else that you wanted to add?
Your energy is your most precious asset right now. Ask yourself, is it worth it if I invest my energy here? And I invite people to see energy like money. Like imagine like you have 1,000 renminbi per day. Would you spend 500 on this? Maybe you will spend 100 because you might need that money later. So if we see it like that, we make better investments, energetically speaking.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling. It was so nice seeing you. Big hug for you. Take care.
Thanks, Bibiana. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, I just want to say,
I like this.
She's really cool. She loves to speak with her hands, and you can tell she's a very like hands-on person, and she loves obviously hugging and stuff, which is awesome. My mum's a counselor, and she is a huggy person, but unfortunately she's not allowed to hug her clients or get too close to them. So yeah, anyway, what did you reckon, Alex?
So yeah, I really liked a couple of things that she said. I liked her analogy with you. We sort of have a daily allotment of emotional energy, and we have to figure out how to spend it in worthwhile ways. And I think that that's really a very accurate assessment of the situation. You know, we have to sort of make up our, you know, sometimes it's hard to control that sort of thing. Sometimes we,
Right.
you know, we just get emotional about something and that's just the way it is. But I think, you know, especially given the sort of the lengthened and sort of drawn out nature of this lockdown, I think that we have time to sort of think about how we are spending our energy, what we're getting angry about, and how we're releasing that anger or whatever other emotion that we have. And I think it's important not to spend too much of it on things that are not necessarily productive for where we want to go. And then the other thing I think is yeah, she talked about the uncertainty of the situation. I think that's the biggest sort of thing for all of us. I think if all of us knew, and I know I personally feel this way, I'm not sure about you or any of our viewers, but you know, if I knew that, I'll just give you an example. I'm just pulling this out of a hat, but I'm just saying if I knew that I was going to be locked down for another 20 days, and then I knew that you know, we were going to have very limited freedom of movement for the next 40 days after that, and then 60 days from now, we would be able to get back to our normal lives. I would say, okay, I know that now, and that's what it is, and I don't want that, and I'm not happy about it, but I can at least, you know, plan out my life and my framework. I don't have to worry about if this is going to last for another X amount of months or weeks or what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I think the uncertainty is the number one thing that's really bothering a lot of people throughout this entire sort of this period.
No, I totally agree. People, you know, and it's like I said before, since we're relying so much during this thing on 居委会 and what the 居委会 says, and it's not, you know, there's no sort of base standard. There's also no certainty there, which can be really, really frustrating, especially, you know, here in our compound. Obviously, we've had no cases for a long time, but we're still not allowed out, regardless of what the supposed rules say. And there's just no communication about it. So, you know, there is that real feeling of uncertainty. And I totally agree. If they said, sorry, we need to wait another week, or we need to wait another 4 days or 2 weeks, I'd be fine. But, you know, when you know nothing, it's just like, it's too much, and it just becomes really, really, really frustrating. So I can totally understand that. And in the video we just saw, really good ways to deal with it and to kind of understand it, which is awesome. So thanks, Emma.
Yes, thanks, Emma. Really good video. Another one in a long line of excellent videos, and videos that I personally have found helpful, and I think a lot of our viewers will have found helpful as well. Yeah, you know, the uncertainty is really the thing about it right now. You know, and so, like I said, if I knew exactly what to expect, then I wouldn't feel. I would at least have. I don't know how to. I would have. How do you say that, Andy?
心里会有数。
心里有数 means like, you know, I mean, it's like
I know
what's going to happen. I know what to expect, right?
Exactly. We don't have that now. Anyway, we have a comment from Ian, a question rather, from I am me and myself. What's the infection rate in Shanghai? I'll put the new numbers up. 44 new symptomatic cases yesterday and 343 new asymptomatic cases, with 1 community infection and 1 death. 0 deaths reported yesterday, which is a really good news. Keep your questions coming in. Thanks for that, you guys. In Hong Kong, he says our daily rate is between 250 to 300. That seems pretty manageable, I guess. Yeah, seems good. And 0 is better, but yeah, good for you. I'm going to quickly head to our Alex. We have a lot of people asking in our WeChat group, 怎么是外国人? And the people are like, 这是外媒吗？我们不是外媒，我们是中国官方媒体，我们是英文的上海日报。怎么是外国人呢？我们是上海日报的安利和 Alex， 我们是上海日报的，所以有我们呢，不好意思。A lot of these questions, people asking, obviously they're new followers. Again, welcome you guys, welcome. Alex, you want to say anything to our new?
上海日报是上海市的官方媒体英文版的，所以我们讲的是英文，我们的报纸也是英文的，然后我们的这个直播节目也是英文。对。
就这样。所以你可以学习英文欢迎你们来看我们这个直播，我们非常高兴有你们来看这个。We should watch our video. You reckon, Alex, from yesterday? Because that's what people are here for. If you're watching and you haven't seen our viral video, I will tell you about it. We have our series, which is Away from Home. We are up to the 5th episode, the 5th and last episode, which actually went viral here in Shanghai yesterday with more than 30 million views, which is really awesome. Literally, if you opened WeChat Pangyuquan yesterday and scrolled, you would just see everyone was sharing the video, and that's why we have so many new people watching in our WeChat group today, because a lot of people probably didn't know what Shanghai Daily was before, because as we just mentioned, we are an English language media that's really aimed at English speakers, which is not in any way a large group, or percentage-wise anyway, here in Shanghai. So a lot of people heard about Shanghai Daily for the first time yesterday when they saw that viral video. So we should play it for you guys. It is quite a tough watch. I've watched it so many times, and every time I feel really heavy in the heart. It's all about the struggles people are going through trying to leave the city. Mostly people who are from out of town and have been stuck here during the lockdown. So let's check it out, and then we'll come back, and Alex and I will have a chat about it.
明天12点钟的火车，12点火车，现在是明天早上9点钟到48个小时，这个搞得我心里急死了。是啊，所以我昨天晚上过来，现在对这里人生地不熟，我们俩一起去坐火车呢，就是过期了。我是昨天在我们的工地上统一的，是吧？对外的那些坐火车的我们都不了解，我也不知道从哪里找。
有走路来的，有骑自行车来的，在浦东的人最惨。 就是根本就没法过来，他们还说要游泳。
我们走过来的，
从松江走过来。
对，我们用了是7个小时吧，24公里吧。走一路走不动了，就坐在马路旁边休息一下。
我是在徐家汇，但从徐家汇来这边的。 车不是太好找，然后我问了，大概费用确实是有点太高了。它的距离大概是13.5公里左右，所以我就直接骑行过来了，大概2个多小时吧。因为对路不太熟悉，你要边找边看导航。
出租车嘛打不到，对吧？现在我自行车等于就是讲摆在这里，就是以后就是让他们当垃圾处理，不要的就不要了。
都是健康码和
这个疫情搞得。 把人家搞废了，我准备是要回云南、回老家一趟。
这个票很难抢，
票子每次看到有票，点开之后就是没有票了。
15号那天就开始看了，然后呢，没有到这个云南昆明了。
抢了一周了，我已经
抢了好多天
，1周没有好好睡个觉。
不是的，那边。 我大概有多远？大概有1.2公里吧。2公里，哎呀，还加把速度。你们这个采样的时间算的，还是按照结果时间？
按采样时间。
我根本不懂。
你差个1分钟都进不去。他们很多那些人就是本来已经出来就已经够难了，然后他们还得走路到虹桥那个火车站，然后上高铁，不是要那个机子验那个身份证那啥的吗？差个1分钟，差个几秒钟都进不去，就得重新走回来。
你要不要水？可乐，矿泉水，矿泉水4块，可乐6块，雪碧4块，一个挣你1块钱。我也是钱花完了，没办法，老家人寄了200块钱买的这些。这个面包9块。去了，我一个人在外边干，你是不知道多辛苦。 出来的就在外面干骑手的这些10个人里头，一开始差不多得有8个是睡大街的。我们互相之间调侃都是游牧民族啊，我们随时拿着被子就走。现在回老家呀，他这里差不多50天没干活了。我们这些打零工的混在这里差不多将近2个月了，吃都没得吃的，对吧？政府也没什么补贴，回到老家还要去隔离，还自费。
就房东给我们 发信息，然后后面他给我们让我们2、3天时间内搬走，然后就前几天吧，我们都关了2个多月都没有想要走，因为房子不给租了呀，那没地方住呀。
感谢大家。
到上海来，上海人民欢迎你们啊！
车辆多，说一起发是吧？看到这边人没饭吃，所以我们自己中午晚上送了几百颗饭过来，因为我们的力量是有限的，对吧？
在这个过程当中，能够深切的感受到很多人其实是非常非常的窘迫的，是很困难的。昨天一个那个小男孩都快给我跪下了，我从普陀接到他，一路把他载过来，当时眼里放着泪光，我什么东西都不要，然后他硬塞给我2瓶可乐，然后就是对你的感谢嘛。
持有明日车票的全部在这里，先在这里集合。
然后现在把我们拉到了地下一个停车场，然后安置今天晚上。现在是晚上的将近凌晨1点，反正就是睡也睡不着，因为坐着很难受，然后睡在地板上又很冷。
不能进站，就是虹桥不能隔夜了啊，然后就只能就是这样，然后明天早上的时候再去进站。
你看到这个路上的人在变多，你心里会有一种高兴的感觉，就是这个城市它起死回生了一样。
So that was the video. Very touching, as you probably agree. Really hard to see, pretty much. I find it quite shocking that in 2022, even under this situation, people have to walk 7 hours to get to a train. It just seems like shocking. I don't know any way out of it. It's a lot better now that public transportation has opened to a certain degree here on May 22, so you won't be seeing people hopefully walking like this or biking 20 kilometers. But also this guy here said people in Pudong still, there was no way they could get over because obviously the Huangpu River's in the middle, so there's no way for them to cross. So heart-wrenching stuff to watch, Alex.
Yeah, I think it touches on a few issues that we've been discussing in the past, throughout the lockdown. I mean, I think the first one is, see, Andy and I are able, and some people are able to still continue working at their jobs if you're able to work remotely. But we're really fortunate in that regard because there are a lot of people who can't do that. A lot of wage workers, a lot of, obviously a huge percentage of people in any city, and this one included work, for a place where you have to show up to work every day and you can't do it remotely. And so there are a lot of people that are from other parts of the country who are unable to go to their jobs, but then we're also unable to return home for a long time. And so, Shanghai's an expensive city to live in compared to most cities in the country. And, if those folks don't have any income, but they can't go home, a lot of these people want to go home and see their families, or maybe, move back home and try and find a new job back there if they can't work at their job here. And so those people, after being locked in for a really long time, wanted to get to the train station, and they found themselves sort of having a really hard time doing that. And, obviously Shanghai's a city of 26 million people. And so, it's tough to sort of, take care of a really tough, difficult situation like this pandemic, but also be completely accommodating for everyone's needs. And because of that, a lot of people really do slip through the cracks and find themselves in difficult situations like this. You did mention it is good that some bus lines and subway lines, including line 10, one of the ones that does go to the Hongqiao railway station, are now open. But obviously that wasn't the case for a while, and it wasn't the case when this video was filmed. And so a lot of people did find it really, really rough and found themselves in a really tough position.
Yeah, and it also, people who were hiking up prices, taking advantage of this situation. Obviously, there were some drivers who had passes for whatever reason, were able to be out driving on the streets and could have helped people getting to the stations and stuff at a fair price. But they were charging thousands of kwai just for a ride. So most people just can't afford it. And as you said, Alex, so many people were stuck at home without an income, especially a lot of these people. This guy right here, who said he's been here for 2 months, nothing to eat, no money, not enough subsidies and things like that, and just needs to get home. So absolutely tough. I also noticed another girl in this video, this woman right here, who said she was basically kicked out of her apartment because her landlord said you've got to go. I imagine what was happening was she couldn't pay her rent for the past 2 months because she's not able to work, and they just said, well, you need to leave. We didn't get the detail there, but I see no other reason why they would suddenly tell somebody to leave. So she was just kicked out. She said she wasn't even ready to leave, not even ready to leave Shanghai yet, but she had no choice. And then she found herself in this mess with all these people trying to get to the Hongqiao railway station. And these guys here, really awesome guys, helping out, giving free food to a lot of the people. But I see, and they were calling out on the megaphone saying, thanks for coming to Shanghai. Shanghai thanks you, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like it's a little too late. Like you could, giving food there is awesome, but why don't you organize some people to help all the people walking on the streets 7 hours trying to get to the station? I think there could have been a lot more done, and I regret, and feel absolutely disappointed that it came to this. Oh, I think Alex is cut off. Oh, sorry, go.
So I think the reason why that they said that, the Shanghai welcomes you and things like that, is because I think most of the people, I don't know about everybody, but I think most of the people here in Shanghai do understand that, people that come here from other parts of the country to do jobs are doing it in service of the city, and that we really need those people in order to live the wonderful life that we, under normal circumstances, do enjoy here in Shanghai. All the wonderful services, and not only that, but the wonderful buildings and everything that happens. It wouldn't function if it were only the Shanghainese and the local people here. We do need the people that come here from other parts of the country, and obviously a lot of them are leaving the city. And I think that these people, and smartly, we're saying this to just to maybe try and help those people understand that we are going to need them back, or at least some of them. We need people like this. They're an important part of our city, and we can't have them all leave and not come back. Otherwise, we'll find ourselves in a bit of a mess.
Yeah, absolutely true. The city, obviously, I think more than 40%, I think, of Shanghai's permanent residents are from out of town, and they've come here for whatever reason. Some are white collar workers, but obviously so many of them are, working in, labor jobs and this kind of thing, that don't have the protections that, like Alex mentioned before, that we enjoy. I mean, we're sitting here at home. Obviously, we're doing our live stream every day, but we haven't had any problems with income, being able to pay our rent. We've just been absolutely lucky, and a lot of these people haven't been. So yeah, I think hopefully if as China continues to push for COVID zero, if other cities in the country find themselves in a similar situation, I really hope they learn from a lot of the failures that took place here in Shanghai, and to make things a lot better for, because keeping up with zero COVID is tough. I don't think any city in China could go through what Shanghai went through, 25,000 cases a day for a long time. All those people needing to be put into quarantine, all their contacts need to be dealt with. I honestly don't think any city in China could deal with it. So hopefully they can learn a lot from these failures as we move forward.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a really tough situation for everybody involved. And, but yeah, I really feel bad for these folks that they had to go through this. I do think it's good now that some transportation facilities are open again, obviously really important for people like this, but yeah, just a really tough spot for everyone out there. And you can see it. I mean, you see it with the people that are like this guy right here trying. Yeah.
Just trying to make some coin. Yeah.我觉得 Alex 卡掉了 ，Alex 卡住了。Alex, I'll just quickly switch to this view, give people a nice view, considering this conversation. Oh, you're back.
Okay, I think we're back. I'm using the 5G from my hotspot on my phone, but for some reason, I think it's just my phone signal is unstable right now, and so that's causing the issue. Anyway. I think it's okay, at least for the next few minutes.
我觉得5G 不怎么样 ，Alex。 5G 真的不怎么样。
我用个人热点的时候，我感觉还可以，但是今天不怎么样。
但是你觉得那个5G 好吗？我觉得一点也不稳定啊，很多人都说哇5G 太了不起了，我觉得一直都有问题啊。
Yeah, I mean it works sometimes.
Anyway,
it's
a sensitive topic for 5G.
That's fine. We'll make the best of what we've got.
Anyway, yeah, we do make the best of what we've got. Anyway, on that depressing note, that is all we have time for today. I just want to mention really quickly that video was shot by our colleagues Jack and Daisy. The interview was done by Anna, and editing was done by Da Fei. And also Panda. Panda hasn't put himself on the list, but he did some of the editing as well. He's trying to be to hide his work. Thank you guys so much for the video, and everyone from Shanghai Daily who worked on the 5 episodes of our Away From Home series. You can check it out on our website if you want to see the other ones. We've played them all on this stream, but you can head along to shine.cn, which is our official website, and somewhere here you'll be able to find, here we go, the different episodes. So we hope you guys will check out the other ones as well and really find out a bit about some of the struggles that people here in Shanghai have been going through during this lockdown. On that note, Alex, do you want to add anything?
So tomorrow we will have another show, another performance show. We did obviously Hamilton yesterday, and then us today, another performance tomorrow, and then we'll be back the day after tomorrow on Friday, May the 27th. And so we'll be back with more news, still in English, at least 90% in English. But with more of the news, the numbers of cases, which hopefully continue to decrease, and any other stories and things that we've got on tap for you guys. So thanks for watching, and definitely do tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. for the show, but also tune in on Friday if you have time at 7:30 p.m. for our next broadcast. So thanks for watching.
Maybe we should say that to our non-English speaking friends as well, Alex, to come back on Friday.
Yes, 明天我跟 Andy 不播我们有另外一种音乐系的节目，但是我们后天就是星期五5月27号我们会回来7点半，晚上7点半然后我们每2天会播一次，我们会播就是最近的新闻，最近的这些新冠疫情的数据之类的。对，所以欢迎明天可以看音乐型的节目，但是后天我们会回来，我跟 Andy 会回来晚上7点半，欢迎观看。
对，非常感谢你们来看我们的直播，希望你们会周五来看我们下次直播好的，我们下播了吧？明天不是明天，后天再见，拜拜，
拜拜。